The Real Show is brought to you by UCS Facility Management Limited, Omni Basic Bank, and Dewdrop Hand Sanitizer.
Transformational life health and grief coach, as well as a motivational speaker, trained as a pharmacist from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and a pharmacy accuracy certification in the United Kingdom. Kristyne was responsible for setting up the retail pharmacy at the 37 Military Hospital in Accra. She's also a hearing aid acoustician with certification from the Ear Institute in Pretoria, South Africa, and the Phonak Center in Switzerland. With South African partners, she set up the Haas West Africa Hearing Center, the first hearing aid center of its kind in Ghana and the West African sub-region. She was a managing director from 1997 to 2000. She's a co-founder of the Unicorn Group with companies such as Originates Limited and Genesis Solutions Limited in its portfolio. With a marketing and creative background, she rebranded the family business in 2014. She set up Cedar Lane Health Food Stores, which has now expanded into Kedar Health to give people access to healthy natural products with as little and or no side effects as possible, and also consult and provides health and wellness. She's the mother of 3 fabulous young adults who are also on a path to healthy living.
Welcome, ma'am. We have Kristyne Twum in the studio.
Thank you so much, Mahalia, for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your
Thank you.
presence. I'm very happy and looking forward to an amazing discussion.
Yep.
I mean, you wear many hats, like I said early on, but how do you do it?
Let's just say that I'm just very passionate about what I do. I think it's also because my parents also instilled a very strict, work ethic. During school, secondary school, when everybody was traveling to the US or to the UK, Dad had a farm. He'd wake us up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Yes, we were going to the farm to work. So we started very early. Wow. And I'm half co as well, so yeah, that's where it comes from as well.
I guess there's cool magic somewhere.
Somewhere.
So let's have a look at your educational journey. If somebody is looking at you and hoping to take a similar path, they want to know how you got here.
Okay, I went to Achimota up to 6th form. Then I did my pharmacy in tech. After pharmacy, I did national service before and after university at the military hospital. My father was a commanding officer there, so he wanted one of his children. It was just me and my brother. He wanted one of his children to do something within the health sector. So if I wasn't going to be a doctor, I was going to do something in the health sector, So I decided to do pharmacy, and I did my thesis in plant medicine. And it's interesting because I always say that everything happens for a reason. Doing the plant medicine there and all the different things that have happened within my journey has brought me to where I am, today. Okay. I managed a pharmacy in the UK. I did a UK checking accreditation course in the UK. I did the hearing aid acoustician course as well with Phonak and the Ear Institute. So basically that's me. I think a lot of the things as well is people. I learn a lot from people, all right? And I think that's usually one of the best teachers as well, okay? People and life.
Well, I'm here to learn a lot, and I hope you are staying tuned on The Real Show. Now, I know you set up the 37 Military Pharmacy. How did you do that?
Okay, what happened was, like I said, I did my national service both before and after university. So after graduating, Dad and I just realized, in fact, we set up the pharmacy first at the accident and emergency ward. We wanted to be able to have really quick access to medication when, people came in immediately. And then the discussion was, we're looking for extra revenue for the hospital, And like I said, pharmacy, co-girl, co-dad, is like, why don't we do an actual retail pharmacy and just have some income from that as well. So that's how it started. And I remember the first day that we set it up, of course, I had to be the one to test it out, you know. I remember doing a 36-hour shift.
Wow.
Started during the day, we did a night shift, stayed up to the afternoon, you know, just to make sure everything was as it should be, and if there were anything that came up that needed to be fixed or sorted, at least I'd gone through that experience to be able to do it. So yeah, it was quite interesting. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that.
And we are proud of you.
Yeah,
as a woman who did that.
Yes,
so,
thank you.
Yeah.
You see now, thank you.
And you're hearing about it in the real show if you didn't know. And let's talk about the family business, Unicorn Inc. or Unicorn Group.
The Unicorn Group,
yes.
yeah.
Tell us about that.
Okay. Unicorn started in 1987. It started in the boys' quarters of my family home, okay?
Wow.
It's mom and dad, me and my younger brother, Junior. So my dad brought home a computer. Okay. Those days, in the late 80s. And we were fascinated, you know. So Junior and I, you know, started learning the programs. And I found a program called CorelDRAW. That was then, 87. And I started to do it. I remember I loved greeting cards, you know. So we started doing greeting cards. I designed them, we'd print them, I'd find little ribbons and put the ribbons through. And it was just the beginning of me going into university. So we'd do all of these greeting cards. I'd take them to school, sell them. That was pocket money.
Wow.
And then we realized that, hang on a second, we can kind of do something with this, you know. So we started doing call cards, we started doing letterheads, you know. And then Dad also looks and says that, you know, guys, this could be an actual business, you know. So that's the basis, that's how it started, all right. So then it grew. We started putting different things underneath it, you know. There was Supplies Direct. Originate grew out of the Unicorn Group. Genesis Limited grew out of the Unicorn Group, and a few other companies as well. After they passed, you know, we closed some of them and concentrated on the ones that we thought were viable, you know. So that's how I started in the back room.
Wow.
Yes, in the back room.
Wow. Because I've heard of Origin A, one of the biggest marketing firms in the country,
and that was run by my brother. My late brother.
It's amazing to sit with you. I actually feel like, you know, people should start seeing me different after this. You've done so much.
Thank you so much.
I really hope we can cover like a lot so that people watching can understand that women can do a lot too.
No, we can do anything.
I think
we're the backbone of everything. You know.
Exactly.
And, that's what we are. Yeah.
Well, we are going to get into the family side as well, how she juggles all that she does with family. But you're also a trained acoustician. I don't know if I mentioned that right.
It's a hearing aid acoustician.
Okay, tell us about that.
Okay. What happened was, when I was working at 37, a group of South Africans came to Ghana. They were actually looking for a pharmacist to head or open or be part of a hearing center. Okay. The first of its kind in
Ghana?
Not in Ghana, in southern, the West African region, yes. So after a few discussions, they were happy to come and set up in Ghana. And I remember I was like, why Ghana? Why haven't you gone to Nigeria? Why haven't you gone anywhere else? And they said Ghana was stable, Ghana was, safe. They wanted to do it here. Everything happening for a reason. So did a course in South Africa, learned the acquisition training. So basically we learn how to test your hearing, okay? It's a certain machine. You learn how to test it with an audiogram, and we've got something we call real ear insertion measurements, where we measure how your eardrum is reacting to sound. Okay, so we set up the Haas Hearing Center, and we set it up in the Unicorn Group offices in Adabraka, and it was exciting because it was a different, a different avenue for me. But then I just also realized how many people were hearing impaired. You don't really seem to, people don't realize how difficult it is, because you're living in a silent world. Nobody can see that you have a problem, because it's not seen.
It's not a visible thing.
Exactly. It's not seen. If you've cut your arm or you're limping, you can see that. But when you can't hear, it's like you're in a prison. You can't, it's very silent, you know. So it's interesting, all right, for people to just understand that if somebody, number one, if somebody is speaking very loudly, they might have a hearing problem. Because when we speak to each other, we talk at a level where we can hear ourselves. Yes. So you and I are talking, we're not really shouting, because I can hear what I'm saying. Yes. You can hear what you're saying. Yes. When somebody starts to shout, it means they have to speak so loud so that they can hear themselves. So that's always the first thing that we look out for. Speaking really loudly, you know, or when you're talking to somebody, if you're speaking to somebody on one side and the person doesn't turn, it means they haven't heard you. They haven't heard you. They might be talking to somebody else. You're right here, you're speaking, they can't hear, so they can't turn towards you, you know. So those are the little things that we pick up. And it was just amazing at how many people we could help, especially the children, Wow.
So I guess that's how HAS Hearing Center came about?
Yes. So we set up the HAS Hearing Center. So HAS means Hearing Aid Supplies and Services. Oh. So it was to test hearing and supply hearing aids for people who couldn't hear.
Wow. But let me ask this, even though we are done talking about the acoustician.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know how usually you'd hear that a child has a problem with the eye, they can tell because maybe mommy's looking at the baby and the baby's not looking back at him. Yeah. How do you know that from childhood? Is there a system in Ghana here that every child from birth is tested? I don't think it's a mandatory thing at the moment. It's something that we really need to look through. But the best person who can always tell what's wrong with the child is the mother. Yeah. Always, you know, because you know your child, all right? The child will react to noise. The child will be playing, will be cooing, you know, rattle, you know. So the same thing, if there's a example, child is asleep and there's a loud bang, child doesn't react, there's an issue, okay? Because strictly, you know, you'd hear that sound and you'd react to it. So the mother always tells, you know, but I'll take a look. I worked with, I managed HAS for 3 years and left to take my children to school. Okay. But they're still here. They're opposite Cocoa Clinic. Okay. I'm trying to arrange, hopefully next year, so that we can have a little hub in my space as well, you know, so that we can start testing again, just seeing how the hearing impaired. Yes, because the whole idea of not hearing a sound really scares me at this point. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. And there are some children that are just very timid and quiet, may not necessarily even react to things. So it takes sometimes even up to a year before parents can realize what is wrong with the child. Because maybe because they can see, they can pick from what you're doing and react or something. So that really scares me. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah. That can we detect this from a very early stage so that we can correct
because at the center there's testing for children. You know, we used to test for children. So anybody there are little instruments that fit babies' ears. So that's not a problem at all. So if you're a mother and you feel that, you know, there might be a little problem, bring them in. Let's do the testing, okay, just to make sure that everything's okay. Yeah.
Thank God for technology. No,
absolutely. And one thing that I regret not doing too much of is learning how to sign. You know, doing the sign learning how to. I do what I call broken sign language. You know,
but
because
you can do some
a little bit.
If I meet somebody who cannot speak or is deaf and dumb, I'll probably just be looking at the person's face and not know what to do.
Have you? You know, you've just said deaf and dumb. Yeah. Do you know why they can't speak when they can't hear? No. You can only speak when you can hear what you're saying. How do you form the words? The vocabulary, you can't hear it, you can't practice to speak it, okay? So then you can only say, so if you're partially hearing impaired, you can only say what you can hear.
So sometimes it sounds a little muffled. Sometimes the sentences don't make sense because you can't hear it.
These are things we don't
usually think about. Because everybody says deaf and dumb, deaf and dumb, deaf and dumb. Why are they, you know, but they're not, and I don't like calling them deaf and dumb. I just like referring to them as hearing impaired.
Yes.
That's what it is. We need to take the stigma away from it.
Yes, actually, that should be looked at.
Yeah.
That should be looked at.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about energies, because all this talk about not hearing is really beginning to freak me out, and I want to suck that energy out of the room now. But you know, now people understand better what the idea of energies is about. Before, we used to blame everything on our religion.
Okay.
If you believe in Allah, you'd be like, oh, Allah wishes this or Allah wishes that. If you believe in God, if you're a Christian, you say the same, even the traditionalists.
Yeah.
But now we're beginning to understand that even before looking at things from a religious perspective, there are laws and forces of nature that naturally keep the world in a balance. So please tell us about the energies and importance of knowing the effects of positive or negative energy from yourself or even from the environment.
Okay. Have you noticed that sometimes when you walk into a room, there are people that you naturally gel with?
Yes.
You've noticed?
Yes.
You walk in, you don't know somebody. Maybe you've met, you know, you meet the person and you kind of feel that, you know, I kind of like this girl, you know, like how I'm feeling with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
we're vibing.
the energy is right.
The energy is right, you know. We're vibing. Everything is okay. It's not. Also, there are times when you can walk into the room, you can meet somebody and you just feel, a little off. Yes? Yeah? Okay. Everybody has an aura, isn't it? Yeah? We have an aura around us. We are not just physical, okay? We have a physical body and we have an energy body, okay? Okay. Now, we can tell, if we have time, let me do this little experiment, okay? Put your cards down, okay? Everybody in the studio as well, and everybody at home, if you can hear me, okay? Now, your hands, just press the center of your hands, okay? This is just, you know, energizing your hands, okay? Yeah? Okay. Now, take your hands out, and bring it together really slowly. Bring it together slowly until you can feel something, okay? Right? If you don't feel it in a minute, take it out, take your hands out again, and then just come back and just tell me what you feel and where you feel it. Okay? Okay.
Oh,
okay.
it's like a magnet thing.
There you go. That's
it's doing this whole...
You've got a little bit of a resistance.
Woo!
Yeah? Yeah? You can feel it,
yes.
can't you? That's energy.
That's nice.
That's energy. And it's all around us. So when you have... It's there, it's tangible. This is just to show you that it's tangible. It's right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew
so if two
that was
people have good energy, it's fine. They can feed off themselves. When there's negative energy, you can actually feel it. And that's where you trust your intuition. You're like, I don't like this environment. I didn't like the place. I didn't like, you know, I want to go home. And then you kind of like move away from there. But that is what it is. Okay. So when we're doing the healing, when we're doing energy medicine, we're doing healing, we use your body's energy, all right, to help your physical body to heal itself. The body heals itself. So energy medicine is just to work on your energy body to help your physical body to heal itself. That's all it is.
Goodness. This is amazing.
That's all it is.
I mean, when you first told me to put my hands together, I was like, okay, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Then something just told me, oh, just try to see.
Yeah.
And then before I realized,
you can feel it.
It's
you
like...
can feel it. So it's tangible.
It's almost like that magnetic feeling you get when you put a metal and you're trying to put them apart. It's
so
like,
there's a resistance.
Yes,
so that's where it is. That's where sometimes I can move it around like a ball. Okay, so it's there. Okay, this is where I feel it. So when you're not necessarily religious, but when you're, I wouldn't say spiritual, when you're in tune with your higher being, whether you're Christian and it's God, whether you're Muslim and it's Allah, whether you're traditional, when you're really in tune with your higher being, your energy body gets bigger.
Wow.
It expands, gets really big. So sometimes some people walk into the room and you can really feel their presence, don't you? There you go. That's where it's from.
Yes. And sometimes we say, oh, this person has a presence.
There you
this
go.
This person has this positive energy about them.
There you go.
Oh,
There
goodness.
you
And
go.
so in this case, if you don't feel like you have a positive energy, even from around your own aura or something, how do you correct that?
All right, it's like I'm saying, it's being in tune with your higher self,
Okay.
learning how to be still, learning how to be happy within yourself. What I like to teach is that everybody is like a bucket, okay? The bucket needs to be full, okay? It needs to be full, it needs to be overflowing. If your bucket is not full, if your emotional bucket is not full, there's nothing that you can give to anybody else because your bucket is empty. Women especially, we're always given from an empty bucket. Constantly, because we're thinking about everybody else apart from ourselves. Okay, so it's so important, you know, to think about yourself first. Fill your bucket first. You know, when you're on a plane, they tell you put your seatbelt on first before helping anybody else. Because if you are not full, you can't help anybody else. You can't give from an empty bucket. So you fill yourself. You fill yourself with joy. You let things go. Don't hold on to anger. Forgiveness is key. It's key. Because for yourself. Because emotional, mental, I won't call it uncertainty, affects your physical body. So what I try and do with my practice is not just physical. I'm not doing just, you know, Kedar health, you know, the wellness and stuff. It's emotional and it's mental as well. Because we try and do a 360-degree wellness solution. If your mind is not there, if your emotions are not there, you don't get well.
This is why sometimes they say when you lose hope within you, when you have an ailment, it's hard to recover.
It's hard to recover. So you know, your brain is one of the most powerful tools. One of the most powerful tools. So when you can tap into what your mind says, what your mind can do, it translates to everything else.
Wow.
There's another little experiment.
I guess you can link that to manifestation and all of that.
Absolutely.
Well, let's look at pranic healing, which is what you practice.
Yeah.
What is pranic healing and what's the difference with the other things we know like the meditation and in yoga?
Okay. So prana means energy.
Okay.
Prana means life force. Okay. So when we say pranic healing, it translates into energy healing. Okay. So just as we've demonstrated and you can feel it, you can see that there's energy around us, right? When we do pranic healing is a non-touch healing. We don't touch you. Okay, because we're working on your energy body, on your aura, okay? So if you have an ailment, it can be anything. You can have backache, you can have fever, sometimes it's even emotional and psychological, okay? What we do is that we call it scanning, sweeping, and energizing, okay? So we will scan you and then just see how much of the aura.
Okay. I'm imagining all that in my mind. I'm sure my viewers are like, how do you scan somebody without touching?
Do you want to see it?
Yes, I want
Stand
to
up.
try it.
Stand. Let me show you.
Okay.
Let me show you. I'm not sure I can do it with my mic here, but okay. You come close. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Is it okay if I hold
my
mic?
Yes,
Okay.
you can hold your mic. Okay. All right. So when I say I scan you, I want to see where your energy is. Okay. Okay. All right. So your aura is about here. Okay. It's about here. Okay. Okay. So that's where your aura is.
Okay.
Sometimes when you have pain or you have pain somewhere, so let's say you had a pain in your elbow.
Okay.
Most of the time, because of the pain, that energy, it gets expanded.
Shaky,
Yeah, it gets expanded, you know. So then we feel it about here. All right. It's either too much because there's a lot here, or it's depleted. There's not enough energy there. So that's why we scan first. All right. So after we scan it, we'll sweep that negative energy away. Okay. There's a process. We'll sweep it. Now, if I'm taking negative energy from you, I have to get rid of it somehow, don't I? Okay, I can't just hold it or throw it out into the environment because then somebody else can walk.
Catch it.
There you go. So usually what we do is that we have a bowl of water full of salt. Okay, the salt will take the energy. The water takes the energy. The salt disintegrates it. So that's how we get rid of energy, negative energy. So whenever you go somewhere that you feel that the energy is not too good, or I do it, especially when I go to funerals, etc. When I come back home, I take a salt bath.
Wow.
I'll take a salt bath. I'll have a bath with salt. Just normal rock salt. Throw it into your bucket of water or throw it, and then just rinse yourself. It cleanses.
Wow.
Cleanses energy.
I'm so excited. Hold your breath. I know you are excited too. This is The Real Show. We keep everything real here. And I'm telling you, I'm feeling what she's talking about. We'll be back. Stick with me. And we are back to The Real Show. We are live on Metro TV Ghana, and we are having a discussion about energies. If you just joined in, you have missed a lot. But you can stay with me and still gain something so that you have something to take home, because I'm astonished. I'm surprised. Some of the things we've heard our mothers talk about and we've, forgotten about, we are learning about why they talk about all those things the right way from a professional. So Kristyne Twum is still in the studio with us, and I am overwhelmed with new knowledge. I'm probably going to follow her out to her house and then learn more. So stick with me. Now, where were we?
We were talking about energy, and I was talking about salt water. That whenever you feel you feel that negativity, you go somewhere, have a salt bath, because salt will cleanse you. It cleanses you. Just take some normal rock salt, put it in your bucket of water, have a bath.
There's negative energy trying to choke me. I'm going to grab my water and
let's cleanse
that
you.
away.
Let's cleanse you.
If anybody's preventing us from learning all this, they cannot.
You see now.
You're going to cleanse all that into what? Salt and water.
Salt and water.
Yes.
Salt,
so how do you do that? You put a bucket of water and salt in it.
Yeah. So if you're having a bath with a bucket, your water, just get a handful of salt and put it in.
Any salt?
Do rock salt. Don't do iodized salt.
Those have been tempered with
proper natural rock salt. Throw that in, let it dissolve, and then just cleanse yourself. You can use your soap and your sponge and just have your bath, and then rinse yourself, and then do the salt water last.
Wow.
Gets rid of energy.
Well, our
negative
parents
energy.
are always talking about how salt takes away negative energy. Yep. And hearing from you, I'm like, oh, I should have listened to Mom earlier.
Yep. You see now. Because we're using that salt and water when we're doing the pranic healing to get rid of the energy. So if I'm taking that negative energy from you, I need to be able to get rid of it. And I put it in a bucket of salt water.
Wow. And then just
by that,
the person feels better.
That's it. So it depends on what ailments you have. It depends on what we're doing. Okay. So it's different things. And then the thing too is that anybody can do pranic healing. Every home should have a pranic healer. The Pranic Center is here in Accra. It's in Tesano. Anybody can learn how to do pranic healing.
Wow.
Yes. Anybody can learn how to do pranic healing. There should be a pranic healer in every home, and you can do it on yourself. I do it to my children. I do it to my children. It's in Tesano. It's in Tesano. We'll find the information and then you can share it with anybody can do it.
I think I'll get the information and put it on my Instagram.
Yes.
So if you're not following me, you can follow me on Mahalia Bamford on Instagram, or you can watch our Facebook Live any moment after the show tonight, because as you know, this is live. But afterwards, I will post the details in the comment section of our Facebook Live. So I hope that you do stay tuned and find that out. So let's compare that to the meditation and the yoga. Okay. What's the difference and similarities?
So, yoga is exercises, breathing techniques, and meditation. All right. What it teaches, we're trying to teach you to be one mind, body, and soul. That's basically what yoga is. Exercises, breathing, meditation. Okay. Now, when you meditate, your aura expands. Okay? Like I said before, when you're in tune with your higher self, your aura expands. Okay? So, if you're somebody who has a practice of being one with your higher self, if you're Christian, you're reading the Bible, you know, you're open to God. If you're Muslim, you have your practices that you know you're open to God. With the universe, I like to talk about the universe because the universe compasses everything. Okay, so when you meditate, you're opening yourself up to receive whatever it is that comes to you. Okay, now with meditation, and I do that twice a day. Okay, I go to church
every day.
I do that twice a day. I do it in the morning. I do it in the evening. Okay, all I'm doing is opening myself up. Okay, for the universe to give me what I need, to give me what I need, or not what I want, to give me what I need. Because there's a difference. It's not everything that we want
that's even good for us.
That's good for us. Okay, and sometimes when we ask for something, sometimes we'll get it immediately. Sometimes we'll get it maybe a little later. Sometimes we get even more than we ask for. Yeah? Every single experience in your life, everything that you've been through till this point has been done for a reason. You and I are supposed to be here today at this time in this space. Okay? Our journeys are supposed to cross here today. Okay?
Thank God.
Yeah? Everybody has a path, a journey. I have my life song. You have your life song. All right? Sometimes people and experiences come into our lives as part of our journey. Okay? So when we open ourselves up and we accept that, okay, we are part of a journey. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes things might be good, sometimes things might be bad. When we learn from those experiences and we know we're still open, everything falls into place. Everything falls into place. No wahala. Everything's easy.
This is
easy.
Interesting.
When we start holding on to things, okay, then we have issues. You know, because then you're fretting. I always tell my clients, yesterday is gone. Tomorrow hasn't come. Live today. Feel every minute. Or else whenever you're thinking and you're worrying about what hasn't happened, you've lost today.
What's happening?
So then your today is gone. Tomorrow comes, you're still thinking about tomorrow. What's happened in the past has gone. You've missed today. So then
you're
not
sleeping through your life.
It's gone.
Literally.
Then you're just there. So feel it. Every moment feel it. You know, I'm feeling this. I'm here. I'm sitting in this, you know, I'm sitting at this beautiful set. I'm sitting in this chair. It's so comfortable. I'm looking at you. You know, I'm in this moment. I'm not thinking about what's happening tomorrow. Okay. So I'm living this moment now, and that's what we need to do. We need to live in the now. In the now. Everything we need comes. It'll come.
Oof. I think I need to learn pranic healing so that I can be the one in the family to practice
You should.
Because this is amazing.
You should.
And the fact that you say anybody can learn this.
Anybody
you don't
can learn
need anything like a certification.
No, so that is the
whatsoever.
certification. You go in, you know, you go in. It's what, 3 days?
Just 3 days.
It's 3 days. To do the basics is 3 days. I've done to a higher level, but basic pranic healing. When the course comes sometime in the year. We'll find out. But it's a 3-day course. You go and you learn it, and you can do it. You can do it on yourself. Yes.
Well, I want us to talk about something that Ghanaians are not looking at. Probably something that's causing negative energies. Okay. Probably even something as a country we need to rid ourselves of. Okay. Sanitation.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, let me probe your thoughts. Let me engage you, viewer at home. Think about losing your business or your home, everything you've built from your toil and sweat, to flooding. How would you think that would feel to have to start all over from scratch because there was a flood and you lost everything? That sounds like something you don't have control over. But think about it. Why do we have the flooding happening in the towns and cities? Basically, why are they happening in the first place? It's because of how we manage our sanitation, how we get rid of rubbish. We throw rubbish all over the place. We choke the gutters, and now rain doesn't have any place to pass. And that is why flooding is now becoming rampant, and we are losing properties and life. This has happened to somebody in Kanishi. This person has lost everything that she has just because of flooding. Have you thought of the effects of that rubber you're dropping into the gutter instead of finding a bin and disposing it off properly? Well, Zoom Lion has come up with an initiative that is going to help all of us. Now, we are running a campaign that's supposed to conscientize Ghanaians about disposing of their rubbish properly.
That's awesome.
Before I even go on with that, can you tell us some of the effects of not handling your sanitation properly, even on your aura or how you
can
manage
you imagine?
other
I mean,
things?
here we are talking about, you know, cleansing, you know, making sure our aura is wide enough so that we don't. Who wants to get sick?
Exactly.
Do you see? Nobody wants to get ill. And one of the most important factors of health and wellness is your environment. It's your environment. I don't know how many times and over, you know, we've talked about, you know, keeping, you know, streets clean, don't throw things into gutters. The smell, number one. The rot, number two, okay. It'll spread cholera. You don't want to get sick. So once your own, and you know, I think this Zoom Line initiative is so awesome because even if everybody starts with themselves at home, your own environment, when you get up in the morning, everybody has a bath.
Great.
You start cleaning yourself. So why would you clean yourself and then go into a space that is dirty, that will make me dirty again? Start with yourself. I'm cleaning myself. I'm going to start cleaning my environment. If everybody starts to do it on their own, I'm conscientized, so I know that, you know what, I'm not going to throw this here because when I do it, I'm going to think that, it's going to make me sick. If I'm a mother, how does that affect my children? What are they learning from me? Because children pick up by action, not by words. They pick up by example. So if mom is throwing rubbish in the gutter, children will throw rubbish in the gutter. All right? So we need to start. We need to start with ourselves, each person. But keep yourself clean. Keep your environment clean. Expand your aura. Don't get sick.
Expand your aura. Do
Expand
not
your
get
aura.
sick. And this campaign says, stop the trash. So hashtag
Amen.
stop the trash. We are going on with this campaign, which is a Zoom Lion project, because we want you to look at how little actions, like just dropping a rubber in the wrong place, can come together to cause massive disasters like floods that can lead to losing life and property. Your life is important. Your state of mind is important for your own success. The state of mind and health of the people around you is important. So do give a hashtag to any post that you're doing on your social media platforms you're posting to support this project from Zoom Lion. Is hashtag stop the trash. Hashtag stop the trash. Thank you so much, Zoom Lion, for this initiative. And we're going to go back to our conversation.
Yes.
I mean, looking at energies and positivity and all of that, as a life coach, what is the baseline of assessing somebody before you even begin to give advice?
Usually with the life coaching, when my clients come to me, it's all coaches. What we do is we listen.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we do. We listen.
Okay.
Usually, I need to find out, one, what's wrong. 2, how you're feeling about it. 3, whether you understand that you can do something about it, because invariably people feel that, you know what, I'm in this rut, I'm in this position, there's nothing I can do, there's, you know, no light at the end of the tunnel, I can't get through this. Okay. The reason why I'm doing the life coaching is, like I said, everything happening for a reason. I lost my family. Okay. So my brother died, my parents died very quickly, all together. Right? Now, then you ask yourself, so then I'm alone. Then you're asking yourself, why? Why is God doing this to me? Why have I done something wrong? Is there something that I could have done in the past to have changed it if I was here? Because I was in the UK then. If I was here, would it have made a difference? You know, you start asking all these questions, okay? And then I came to realize that I needed to be, I tell that to everybody, I needed to be broken so that I could grow. When my mother died, I read one of the Bible passages about, you know, Jesus was talking to his disciples and he was telling them that, you know, if you need, the ground was hard, they needed to take a hoe and break the soil to be able to plant a seed before it could grow. Because if you throw it on hard ground, what happens? It won't grow. Yes. So you need to break the soil, you need to tell it, okay? So that dawned on me. That realization came to me that, you know what, Kristyne, you're being broken. You're being broken to grow. So if my life journey was going this way, that experience came and changed it and came this way. Because everybody has a purpose. So this was my route. I might have been going this way. I was brought back and was going this way. So even through the pain and that darkness, okay, I ended up being somebody that people would call when they'd lost somebody. Kristyne, you've been through this. How did you go through it? Once you've gone through it, you're okay. What happened? It means that I can also be okay. Yeah. So if I can use my own experience to impact your life, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. So usually, if you come to me, I always use my own experiences, okay, to help my clients through it. Because then it's like, okay, I'm not alone. And there's so many people now going through anxiety, through depression. Keep on talking about mental health, you know. Talk to somebody. Talk to family. Talk to somebody, all right? Ghanaians, I won't even say Ghanaians, Africans, we are taught not to cry. The men, boys, teach them, men soon, you're bema, you know.
Bottle it all up.
You bottle up, don't cry. You're a man. You have to keep it in. Men, cry. Boys, cry. Talk to somebody, okay? All right? You need to get it out. Because then sometimes you realize that somebody's going through the same thing you're going through. You know that you're not alone, okay? There's solutions. There's solutions, you know. There's solutions.
Can you summarize all that you do? And if people want to have access to you, a contact they can
yeah, no, absolutely. Okay. So I'm a pharmacist. Yeah. Okay, you know that, right? So what I do now is health and wellness. I call what I'm doing my natural pharmacy, right? Because same thing, because of my history and parents and what happened, I want to focus more on prevention rather than getting sick. So then we treat you. Don't get sick, you know. Don't get sick. Our bodies, we are here to live, yeah? So why don't we eat anyway, don't we? We eat for nutrients and to be able to live. So why don't we eat the things that will heal us? Food is medicine, all right? Yeah. Our food is our medicine. And we are surrounded by such wonderful things in Ghana. We've got moringa, we've got dandelion, we've got baobab, we've got neem. They are coming to our country to take our things and taking it back. We've got it right here. So let's use the things that we have to stay healthy. So I have a Whole Foods shop as well, okay, where you can access all the health foods that you need. I do health and wellness programs.
How do we access?
Okay, so the shop is in Kokomlimle, all right, Fanafor Road. It's not far from the Joy FM traffic light, yeah, and you can call me on 0271 75 2425. That's how you can get me.
0271 75
2425.
Okay,
that's it.
So 0271 75 2425. Please take this number. I'm going to go over it one last time. I know you need it. I have it on my phone. So 027 175 2425. So apart from the wholesome food.
Yes, so the whole foods,
Okay.
do the health and wellness programs. So I do weight loss programs. You come in, I do a body composition analysis for you. I actually tell you what your actual age is. There's a difference between an actual age and your metabolic age, the age that your body really is. And then based on that, I work out a menu plan for you. With some of my clients, I actually we take a day, we go shopping, I show you the alternatives to buy, and then I come and cook with you.
Wow.
I come in, we cook, I'll show you how to make the foods, make the wholesome products, we do that. Then I do the life coaching, I do the life coaching as well.
If you didn't take the number, this is your last chance, because I don't know about people who have the time to even go through like picking ingredients and how to cook your meals and all of that. Usually everything is just in a book or in a discussion, and you have to go home and try and give feedback, and you are assisted to decide. But this is very, very intense.
No, I dive right in.
027 175 2425 027 175 2425. Now let's talk about the Pranic healing.
Yeah.
Is there a way people can access you for that?
Yes, I do that in the center as well. I do that at the same place. Okay. So it's a center, the office is there. So the Whole Food shop is at the bottom. You call, just book an appointment. Come see me. Let's talk. If you need Pranic healing, if you need weight loss, stress, I even do sleep. I think I have a sleep disorder. Yes, I do sleep. I do sleep as well, because a lot of people can't sleep.
Yes.
A lot of people can't sleep. Do stress management as well. The Pranic healing is there. The life coaching is there. So basically, we just want to do like 360.
Wellness,
because you come in, I want to do physical, I want to do emotional, I want to do mental. We want to get to the root source of what the problem is.
Thank you.
Okay. So when you go, I want you.
So actually
don't come back.
See the
See
difference.
what's happening. Let's see what's happening. I'll give an example. If I'm sitting in my pharmacy, okay, right? You come in, you've got a headache, okay? You come in, you've got a headache. Somebody else comes in, that person also has a headache, right? Yours is from a physical ailment. You have a problem, it's giving you a headache. I'll give you paracetamol, yeah? This person walks into my pharmacy as well. He's got a headache. Usually, I'll give the person paracetamol as well, yeah? But that person's headache is not from any ailment. That person, example, maybe somebody, what example should I don't want to be too naughty, okay. Person's having problems in work, okay. Having, issues with a workmate and stuff like that. Person can't sleep, right? Will that paracetamol work?
No,
It
just
won't.
for the minute, maybe the person will feel it, but then go back and
So
come back.
I want to find out why.
The
Why aren't you
root
sleeping?
cause.
What's happening? All right. After that conversation, it's like, okay, this is happening at work, or I'm having an issue, or somebody's sleeping with my husband, or something. Let's find out what that is, so that we can deal with that cause of the headache, right? And then this person is like, okay, this is an ailment. Then we can deal with that cause of the headache. So that's what we want to do, and it's not just physical. Sometimes just the emotional aspect as well. So it's a 360 degree.
wellness.
That's it. That's what we're doing.
This one, I'm going to call you Doc, because then Doc, please, what motivates you in life? Something to go away with, because we are far behind time, but this is so exciting. I want to know
Motivation.
what motivates you.
I've come to a point where I've realized that I'm here for a reason, okay? I'm here to impact people, all right? So that's my motivation. If today, if I can say hello to somebody, it's like, oh, hello, how are you? Are you good today? And that impacts that person, and that makes that person have a good day, or because of that changes that person's perspective and makes that impact, I'm good. I just need to fill my bucket every day. That's my mantra. Every day must bring you joy.
Every day must bring you joy.
That's
and
it.
on that note, we've had an amazing evening. If you missed tonight, or you just tuned in live on Metro TV to The Real Show, do catch us same time tomorrow for a repeat. This is your last chance. So go on our Facebook and catch us. And my name is Mahalia Bamford. This is The Real Show. We have been live on Metro TV Ghana, same time next week, 8:30 sharp. Do have a lovely evening.